The Charge. By the AT&T Ultimate Fan Zone on NBA.com. You can get NBA gear just by talking on the phone. By Smirnoff Ice, Intelligent Nightlife. And by E-Trade Financial, more of what you need to stay ahead in today's economy.
Back to Reg. 5 seconds to go. Reggie drives it to the hoop, and he slams it. 3 seconds to go.
The man of the hour has an air of great power. The dudes have envied him for so long. Oh, Superfly.
Got it to Reggie. Here's a three. Yes! 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 He hit it from 40 feet!
What a night of playoff Game 5s as we welcome you to Inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai from Studio A in Atlanta. I'm Ernie Johnson. That's Charles Barkley. That's Kenny Smith. That's the guy you saw in the tees right there.
Superfly.
Walt
we
Clyde
know
Frazier.
drama.
Oh, do we ever? We know it on TNT and we know it on TBS. 85-82, the final score in this one after the first game goes double overtime. But New Jersey wins a series in the playoffs for the first time in 18 years. The Pistons win a series in the playoffs for the first time in 11 years. Man, and you talk about some dramatic finishes. How about this one here with Detroit struggling to get past the number 7 seed?
Well, first of all, it was a battle of attrition. It was kind of interesting in both games. The first game was a classic, like, I'm not going to let my team lose. And, you know, I thought Jason Kidd was phenomenal, and he would not let his team lose. But I got to give a shout-out to Reggie Miller. He's an older guy on a team with a bunch of young guys. I was really happy for him. I've got to know him as a person, as a player. He is unbelievable. And it's probably going to get lost because when you lose, hey, you won't run in the paper anymore. The jersey's going to go on, so you got to tip your hat to Reggie Miller and Jason Kidd. The second game, we got to send the guy to get the FBI after Jerry Stackhouse. He is missing in action. And that game was kind of a game, you know, Antonio Davis had a tough game tonight. All the role players stepped up. But neither one of those teams, I mean, their stars did not step up to play tonight, and that was kind of disconcerting to me.
Yeah, Clyde, I mean, if somebody was going to tell you Jerry Stackhouse in the clinching game is going to score 5 points on 1 out of 10 shooting, I'm thinking you say, well, how bad did Detroit lose that game?
Well, not this season. That's been the evolution of that team. Their bench has really been their strength and much improved defense. So Stackhouse had a poor night. Williamson steps up.
Corliss had 23.
Right, and that's why he was the 6th man of the year, because he's played that way all season. And big game for him.
Well, you look at Detroit, you know, I don't think we expected Jerry to play as poorly offensively he has. He did hit a big shot down the stretch. But as Clyde said, all year, there would have been games where Jerry Stackhouse would play limited minutes. There would be games when he would have limited points, and his scoring actually is down. So they know how to play without him scoring big, and this is really indicative of what they've been doing all year.
Also, some kudos to Stackhouse. He changed his game. He saw he had a better team. Last year, he was looking to shoot more. This year, I thought he was more team-oriented.
No question.
So Detroit is through to the next round to face either the Celtics or the Sixers, and they're going to decide
they're both
series
licking their chops
tomorrow. Not so quick.
They're not looking past each other. I don't think they're looking past each other. But the thing I think that's interesting, the team that wins that series got to be favored the next round. I mean, if you look at it realistically, they got to be like, well, we can, Detroit, you know, if Stackhouse does not play well, they're going to struggle, plain and simple. But I've never seen a player have 2 first games like he did. There's a non-factor for the next 3 games in the series in a long time. I mean, because he was phenomenal in game 1 and game 2. But in game 3, 4, and 5, I don't know, something happened to him in Canada.
9 for 38 from the field in those 3 games.
What about Ben Wallace?
Oh, you're right. But see, Ben Wallace, to
scenario.
me, I think he's easy to guard. I think he's a terrific player, but they figured out something. All you got to do is box him out. I mean, because he's not an offensive threat unless he gets offensive rebounds. And that was a tough matchup for him because he's probably the only guy in the NBA who has as much energy as Ben Wallace, it's the junkyard dog. And that was a great confrontation right there.
Meantime, let's get into the first game that we saw tonight. Indiana and New Jersey playing Game 5 at the Meadowlands. And, of course, New Jersey, the #1 seed. And we go late in this game to Kevin Ollie missing the layup. And Richard Jefferson, the rookie, gets fouled and promptly misses 2. And look at Indiana. You're going to find Reggie Miller with the clock winding down by 3.
By 3, basket good, but it should not have counted because it was, to me, after the buzzer.
Didn't see anybody on New Jersey screaming and hollering about it being no good, but look at that. There, the light is on, the clock's at 0, and the ball is still in the hands of Reggie Miller. But after the whole Baron Davis episode, nobody waving this thing off. We go to overtime.
This was impressive right here because Reggie Miller was going to dunk this ball or get fouled. He didn't shoot a floater, and that was the thing that was impressive. He's not a dunker.
Jason Kidd and the New Jersey Nets. As Kidd misses there, we go to double overtime.
And the funny thing about this, as the game goes on in the overtime, the two guys, Reggie Miller and Jason Kidd, won the games or would kept their teams in the game on things they're not good at. Jason Kidd on jump shots and Reggie driving to the basket and dunking.
Yeah, Miller played 49 minutes. I thought he showed attrition down the stretch.
Okay.
Captain Kidd is right as they were chanting MVP, MVP, 120 to 109 in double overtime. The New Jersey Nets winners over the Indiana Pacers tonight in a first-round series between the 1 and the 8 seeds that goes the 5-game distance. Only 2 other games actually decided in double overtime. 1957, Boston and St. Louis. 1952, New York and Boston. And tonight, New Jersey and Indiana in the first round going to double OT. Here's what they were saying after the game.
You know, it's always disappointing. I'm disappointed because their young guys stepped up, and I feel our young guys didn't. You know, Kenyon Martin, you know, he made the difference, especially in the second half and in those 2 overtimes. And, you know, our younger guys didn't respond when they had to.
The stars, you know, they shine brighter when the game is on the line, and I think Reggie Miller and Jason Kidd, Kenyon Martin, those guys came up extremely big.
When you think about the Indiana Pacers, you will always think about, you know, Reggie Miller. And I hope as the years go on, every team that plays for Indiana, you know, will try to play in his likeness.
You know, I know a lot of people around here talk about me as I'm some like a boogeyman in the playgrounds or something, that I'm some myth or something, that I come up with all these plays, but I couldn't come up with the big one. And, you know, I made 2 critical mistakes tonight, which, you know, I really feel I cost us the game. I never should have threw the ball to Kevin Ollie, even though he had an open shot, the one he airballed, and I never should have gave the ball to Jermaine O'Neal. I should just waved him off and took it myself. So if anyone's to blame, it's me, because I never should have gave him the ball. I mean, looking down the tape, you make the right play, yes, but sometimes you got to be a little selfish, and I should have been selfish and not put them in that kind of position.
That being said, and some amazed looks here on the panel. We'll get into that in just a second.
They probably won't see that until tomorrow, though, so they'll have time to calm down.
The AOL brackets reflecting the Hornets and the Nets meeting in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and the Pistons are through to meet the winner of the Celtics-Sixers series. Reggie Miller, 31 points tonight. His season high, by the way. Jason Kidd had 31 also, but Reggie's post-game thoughts. How do you...
Candid.
Yeah, what do you think?
No,
what do you think? I shouldn't have given the ball to Kevin Ollie. I shouldn't have given the ball to Jermaine O'Neal.
I think he's just frustrated because, you know, they didn't advance. He did the right thing. The guy was open. He gave him the ball. They didn't deliver.
You know, he's right. Mr. Frazier's right. He's frustrated. You know, sometimes, you know, people try to make a big deal out of things when you say stuff when you're frustrated. Obviously, when he wakes up tomorrow, he's going to regret saying that because, you know, you got to pass the ball. They had double teaming when he passed the ball to Kevin Ollie. You know, and young fella just got the ball stripped from him by Kenyon Martin. I mean, but, you know, Reggie was unbelievable, but he's just frustrated right now.
I think he's frustrated, and I think those comments might have been a little candid, but they were true to me. I think that both possessions, Reggie realizes that he's the guy who can bail the team out, meaning if there's going to be a questionable call, it might go his way. If he gets into the lane, he can make a better decision. So if he waved Jermaine O'Neal out, he probably would have gone to the basket or got a better look at the basket, or at least a look, instead of an air ball and no look.
Let's try to put this last-second shot in regulation by Reggie Miller to bed now, because some viewers may have been watching the Madison Square Garden network feed of this game in the New York, New Jersey area. And what they do on that, they shoot the clock with time remaining and put it in the lower right part of the screen. When they put it into the machine that puts it down there, there is a bit of a delay. So while it looks like, hey, there's 1/10 to go and the ball is out of his hands, this thing counts. There's a delay on that clock. So it's not actually accurate, what you see right there. Contrast that with the shot that we have from the ground level. Okay, here's Reggie Miller with the ball, and look at the clock as it goes down, and the ball is in the hands of Reggie Miller. Freeze it right there. The red light is on. The clock is at zeros. That's actual.
Which is the actual
There's
time.
nothing put through a machine. Yeah. That's it. And so, so the clock and the red light were on. The ball was in his hands.
In fairness, obviously, number one, we need to look at instant replay in the last second shot situation. But also, the NBA has gotten very lucky. These two games. These probably the two most controversial calls in the NBA in a long time. And they never cost the team the game.
Charlotte won, Indiana lost.
So the NBA has bailed Bernie Fryer out. And hey, tonight, that was too close to call. They just blew the call down in Orlando. But the NBA just got very lucky because the team that advanced, if they had the other team had won, that would have been a bit controversial. And I'm just glad the teams won that did.
You're absolutely right.Ay, before we go any further, let's check back in at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Ben Wallace, his post-game thoughts live.
Feeling about the Celtics since you were cut by them once?
That's all in the past. Right now I just go out and just play hard. Regardless who I'm playing against. But I just might use that for a little extra motivation.
Bro,
boy, y'all long.
Personally, what this means to beat this team and to move on to the second round.
Go ahead.
Meantime, while we wait for Ben Wallace, here's Lenny Wilkins.
Had an outstanding game. I mean, he made some big shots.
Coach. Discouraging it may have been to hold Jerry Stackhouse scoreless for so long without a basket for so long, but he made a huge shot, in the last couple minutes.
Well, you know that he's that type of player. He may go all game long. You may think you're doing a great job, and then all of a sudden he shows up and makes a big shot. So, I mean, it's not like it was a surprise to us. No matter the fact that he wasn't shooting the ball well, we still were trying to cover him. I mean, it wasn't like we gave him a shot.
Coach.
When leaves and the chair is empty, always a good sign to come back to the studio. And
I'd like to say something about Coach Wilkins. 6 weeks ago they want to fire him.
I'm going to be a man of my word.
There you go.
I'm going to wear the fishing hat. You forgot, but I remember.
Oh, I didn't forget.
Hey, I'll be a man of my word. I really thought Indiana was going to win, and I picked Indiana. So
I love you, though, brother.
All right,
6 weeks ago they were
trying to... But I got some pictures with some fishing guys.
We bought the article down here on the set where they were going to try to fire Lennon Wilkins. And right before Vince Carter got hurt. And I just want to tip my hat to him because he kept that team together. And for them to win 6, 7, 8, 9 games in a row, and take the number 2 seed all the way to the deciding game. We give coaches crap when they don't do well, but we got to give them their kudos when they do well. And Leonard Wilkins, who's a great gentleman and great coach, deserves kudos.
Takes them to Game 5. They fall 85-82. Let's check in with what Corliss Williamson has to say at the podium.
Jerome out there, you guys were getting on each other, a lot of talking, a lot of banging. Talk about that matchup.
Oh, yeah, it was a lot of talking, a lot of banging out there. I think both of us have a lot of pride. We wanted to play hard and help our teams win. And, sometimes in the heat of the battle, you get a few words exchanged there. But he played hard. I tried to play hard as well, and we were just fortunate enough to win.
Did you feel you had to step up more offensively? Obviously, Jerry was struggling, and there was a scoring void that had to be picked up.
Well, not just myself, but I think the bench as a whole unit felt we had to step up. Our starters, they weren't playing as well as they were capable of, and sometimes it's happened during the season, and our benches came in and kind of giving us a spark, and we take a lot of pride in that. And tonight we just had to step up because the starters had a little trouble tonight.
Corliss Williamson going for 23 points to lead the Pistons. I understand, do we have some Jerry Stackhouse that we want to listen to? How about Stack, who was 1 out of 10 for 5 points, but his team still won?
Look, I learned a lot. I learned an awful lot in this series about playoff basketball. First of all, keep my mouth shut, and and not get anybody going. Let sleeping dogs lie. And secondly, just understand the dynamics of these games, how the pendulum can swing. And having our support, once again, the fans were great. They was right there when we needed them, and they were. I think they were the difference. I mean, if we were in Toronto, I think we lose this game. But because we were here and we had the heart of Detroit behind us, 22,000 against 12 tonight, that was the difference, and that's why I can rest. I can rest with a free mind and like I said, just take them all off, look and see who we play. It doesn't really matter now. I think it's going to be a much better series because we hadn't played well. We played good defensively, but we hadn't put together a great offensive series like we know that we can do. So hopefully we can put that together next series.
Do you feel that
The term sleeping dogs getting the attention of Charles Barkley in that Jerry Stackhouse.
Well, he said a very valid point because, he said, after he had a couple good games, he started talking a little bit. But the same exact thing happened in the New Jersey series. I mean, the young kid, Jermaine O'Neal, is a terrific talent. He's going to be a great player. He just goes ballistic in game one. Then he starts talking about nobody can guard him, and he doesn't back it up. He just woke Kenyon Martin up, and he was outplayed by Kenyon Martin the rest of the series. So Jerry said, hey, when you're in the playoffs, you're playing against a good team. Like, you can talk all the noise you want to do in the regular season because you're playing good team, bad team, bad team, bad team. But when you're in a series, you're playing against a good team and a good player every night, and then you can't do anything to rile them up.
But I think that's the folly of today's young players. The bravado, when they have a good game, they're out there trying to show people up, whereas the old school players, like if I scored 30 on you, I'm telling you, Charles, man, you're doing a good job on the defense, man.
But he also said, too, and I know it's hard to take me serious in his hat, but he said the pendulum swings, and he learned about playoff basketball because 2 games does not make a series, and a series really doesn't start until a team is faced with elimination. So then you have to really prove what you can do. So all of the things that he said were 100% right. And we'll see if it carries for the next series.
The hat goes with your tie.
It's a good look. So we've set an NBA playoff record for length of first segment in a post-game show. And
that was last night.
And as we go, no, this was longer. And as we go to break, what a difference a game makes. Huh?
They don't have any Jerry Curl juice up in Detroit.
Which look do you prefer, Charles?
I prefer the shower cap, but that's nappy. That is some nappy stuff.
It worked tonight, Charles. 23 points in 28 minutes.
Hey, put that hat back on. The segment's not done yet.
They don't have any Jerry Curl juice in Detroit. You got Ben.
Inside the NBA on TBS is brought to you by Hyundai, where the freedom of America's best warranty is standard equipment.
It's just the same old thing. I need adventure, excitement. I'm suffocating.
Okay, you can drive.
Spice things up. The Hyundai Santa Fe, V6 power, full-time four-wheel drive, and the freedom of America's best warranty plan. The Santa Fe.
Don't even think about it.
Gotta be me. Whether I'm right, whether I'm wrong, whether I find a place in this world or never belong, I've got to be me. I've got to be me. What else can I be but what I am? I've got to be me.
There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Except that everywhere dogs are.
Moo. For an incredible bargain on a computer, just call 1-800-GATEWAY. Because right now, you can get a Gateway 300 SE desktop fully loaded with an Intel Celeron processor, 128 megabytes of memory, and a monitor, all for just $599. That's right, a Gateway computer with a monitor for just $599. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. So call 1-800-GATEWAY today. That's 1-800-GATEWAY.
Before you see episode 2,
there's a great disturbance in the Force.
It's the one that started it all. Star Wars, digitally remastered. Enhanced special effects, plus bonus scenes never shown in the original. the one and only.
The Force will be with you always.
Star Wars Special Edition. Sunday at 8 Eastern, only on TBS Superstation.
Tell everybody thank me at once.
Welcome back. Rick Carlisle's Pistons are into the Eastern Conference semis. Let's go live back to the Palace.
And he was able to get an angle, drive it against, I believe it was Childs, step back, create space, and put in a, it was huge. I think it put us up 2 at the time. So, that was huge. And then our defense, we were able to hold them down in the very end. But, the 11-point third quarter was really important to us defensively. We matched them in the fourth, and if we don't do it at the defensive end, we're not going to win. I mean, that's just how our season has been.
Rick Carlisle was talking about that shot by Jerry Stackhouse that put him up 81-79 and put him ahead for keeps. Meantime, here's a situation on Friday on TNT. The Sonics and the Spurs. The Spurs are saying that they expect Tim Duncan to be there for Game 5, but they do not know that for certainty at this point. Meantime, the Sixers and the Celtics will play the first game of our doubleheader as the Celtics try to corral Allen Iverson.
Like I said, I'm going to be in him. I'm going to be in him tomorrow. I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to harass him. This is it. This is all it. This is it. I've never been in this opportunity. He might have to get 70 points, 70 attempts. And I'm just going to be all over him. I'm going to do what I can.
You can't guard guys. You can't guard a guy who shoots the ball 40 times. You don't guard a guy like that. All you try to do is you try to put as much pressure on, make every shot tough, and that's that. I mean, Allen Iverson didn't do very well yesterday, but he made big shots when the game counted. That's what good players do.
We're going to play the same game plan come out tomorrow. It's not going to change anything. That game was a do-or-die game for us, so regardless of the situation, we wanted to go and win. Now if they have Tim back and come back, we're going to play the same way we did when we beat them here in Game 2.
That would be the big question if they have Tim back, and certainly nothing 100% at this point. But let's talk about both of those games that come up tomorrow. Let's start out west. It's the only first-round series undecided at this point.
The only one undecided. What about the first game tomorrow?
No, in the West.
Oh, okay.
It's the only one undecided.
What about the real boys out west up top?
So how do you view that Spurs and
Well,
Sonics?
we can't really even discuss this game until we know about Tim Duncan. I mean, it's unfair. What if? If Tim plays, I like the Spurs. But if he does not play, obviously I like Seattle. But I mean, it all dictated. Obviously, we don't know how any person's going to react when they lose their father. He might need more time. He might not need any more time. But it's not fair to discuss the game until we know if he's playing or not.
Let's move on, and I think we all agree on that. Let's move on to the Eastern Conference Game 5. Boston and Philadelphia. Walker and Pierce back home. Allen Iverson, reigning Eastern Kings. They know what it takes to get there. Who has any kind of an edge going into this game, Clyde?
Well, like we saw tonight, the home court prevails. So Celtics have the home court advantage. Walker and Pierce, I think, are going to be ready, so I think they're going to win.
Antoine Walker has done nothing in the fourth quarter in the last 3 games. 1 out of 15 from the floor.
Well, you can go 1 out of 15 when you do have Paul Pierce on your team, because there's a guy who scores probably 9 points a quarter in the fourth quarter averaging. So he's a guy that you can defer to. And as long as Antoine can carry them for those first 3 quarters, I think Boston can live with that. However,
but the last 2 games hadn't.
Well, I think that you look at Boston, though, and Clyde and Charles, you can see if you agree with me. They've played every single game, Boston, at one level. Philadelphia's played up and down, up and down. And you know what they can say? If we play at this level at home, I don't think they can beat us doing the same things that they've done on the road.
In a situation with Antoine Walker, he just takes 2-minute threes. And no matter how good a shooter you are, you're only going to shoot. And I've said it, and it's repetitive. That means repeating it, Ernie.
It certainly does.
You're only going to shoot 35% if you shoot threes all the time. But I can think of nothing better on a Friday night, well, unless I had a case of beer, sitting around watching Paul Pierce and Allen Iverson putting on a Jason Kidd, Reggie Miller type performance tomorrow night. And then in Game 2, I would love to see Tim Duncan and Gary Payton go at it, because the one thing I have learned, I've always known it, and now the fans are getting the opportunity to see it. You can have all the role players you want, but the game is won by stars. plain and simple.
And a lot of times it is a battle of wills. And tomorrow night, can we decide, do you two agree or disagree on the Eastern Conference game?
Let's play like the
advances?
change your heart game. Who you picking, Kenny?
Who you picking?
Let's write it down first, because I don't want him to just agree with anything I say.
So this is the team that wins, not the team that's going fishing.
This is the team that wins.
The team that
winning
wins.
team with the W.
Winning team, Kenny says, is Boston. Oh, man. So the fishing net will come down to the Seattle,
yeah, when
San
we
Antonio
figure out
game, when we figure out who's there and who's not there.
But if we're tied, Charles wears a fishing hat anyway.
Just because it looks better on it.
No
When we come back, another look at the Raptors and the Pistons playing right down to the last drop at the Palace of Auburn Hills. You're watching Inside the NBA on TBS.
Sorry, I got that receipt in here somewhere. Driver's license, bus transfer, $1 off fish sticks.
Actually?
Floss. Just in case. Movie stub, a mint.
Actually, we keep everything right here, just in case.
Right. Just in case.
People lose stuff. That's why we can store purchase and warranty information automatically, so you won't have to search anymore. Circuit City, we're with you.
Floss. Who flosses anyway?
I floss.
I floss too.
Smirnoff Ice Premium Malt Beverage. Drink responsibly.
You have the ultimate power to look better, to be stronger, to redefine your body and yourself. Introducing the Bowflex Ultimate. Quite possibly the best home fitness machine ever made. In as little as 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, you can get real results that can change your entire body. With over 90 health club quality exercises and up to 410 pounds of resistance, it's like having an entire gym in your home. Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. Own the new Bowflex Ultimate with no money down and monthly payments lower than many health club dues. Call and ask for a free video and brochure, and check out the entire Bowflex lineup, or visit us on the web at bowflexultimate.com today. The new Bowflex for ultimate results.
Welcome back to Inside, presented by
Hyundai.
Speaking of which, Hyundai and the NBA on TBS and TNT teaming up to auction off this 2003 Hyundai Tiburon GTV6.
TV6.
Proceeds go to the Jimmy Fund and the St. Mary's Food Bank of Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona. Charles Barkley.
Log on to NBA.com.
We got to get some more money, baby, because we're not feeding many people right now.
It was 17,000 and change going into last night. I'm sure that your speech to the fans made that jump up.
I'm actually thinking about throwing Simone in with the car and Tamara.
I don't believe legally you can do that.
One weekend apiece with the car, folks.
I know for sure that legally you can't do that.
We can drive to Nevada.
By the way, Corliss Williamson, 23 points to lead Detroit.
You see the people with the...
Dale Curry was huge tonight.
Was he ever?
Give
17
a shout out
points.
to the old crafty veteran.
Vince Carter.
Half man, half hurt all the time.
Look at Corliss inside.
That was a terrible play right there with 2 seconds to go on the shot clock.
Knocking Jerome Williams off the ball back there. And then once again, Del Curry, a 17-point night. He had 12 in the previous 4 games of this series.
This was a tough shot. Chris Child didn't realize how much time he had left.
If tough and terrible the same thing?
Well, they were equivalent on that play.
You should know that when you're on the road in the playoffs, you're not going to get that call.
Yeah, Chris Child, 16 points.
I don't think you're going to get that one at home either.
No, 85-82, the Pistons survive a scare.
How about Dale Davis had a tough night tonight also?
From the Raptors, let's hear some more of the post-game chatter.
We played well enough to win. You know, even though we did some great things tonight, well, some good things, I mean to say, and at the end of the day, you know, if you can't get it down there down the stretch, then you know it's gonna make a difference. And we had our chances, but at the same time, we didn't get the breaks that we wanted, made a few mistakes, and that's the way the game goes.
Game effort by the Raptors. They fall in 5 to the number 2 seed Detroit, 85-82.
They ain't gotten in the shower yet.
No, he got another game. He's playing with the Spurs.
Because I know you can't have a headband on with a suit on.
By the way, the bid is still at 17.
Next on the man-made movie, Will Smith, Selma Hayek. The Old West never looked so good. Wild, Wild West. And Chad suits up to serve some suds. The man-made movie, coming up next, only on TBS Superstation.
The Honda Rancher ES, America's best-selling ATV. Makes work a little easier, shifting gears with the push of a button.
Hey guys, I got someone here who wants to meet you.
A dog!
A dog.
A dog.
But you told them we couldn't get a dog until we got the house. Did you hear something from our lender?
We got the house.
Call the Fannie Mae Foundation for a free guide to help put you on the path to home ownership and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
Great. Another network problem.
Someone left the firewall door open again.
Access? I'm access, not security.
I thought security is everyone's problem.
Excuse me, Legacy. Legacy.
You're not the boss of me.
Okay, good.
Hold on. Who are you guys?
We're vendors.
That's good.
Want a more secure network? At Genuity, we manage and monitor every inch of your network. Genuity.
The Honda Foreman ES with TraxLock shifts from 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive on the fly. When the trail gets bad, it gets better.
Experience NBA.com on America Online. See the best action shots and off-the-court photos every night at America Online. Keyword NBA.com.
Look, baby, let's stop fooling around. Body slamming, let's get to jamming.
He's cool under pressure. And always in control.
It ain't no thing.
But when the heat is on,
Get me undercover, brother.
he's the one to call.
Would you stop fooling around?
It's time to unleash our secret weapon.
Would you like to be my friend?
He's one brother like no other.
I've been a solo star, shooting the shots that I thought would win the game. Come to realize, only a team wins a championship. You mess with the fro, you got to go.
Undercover brother.
Confirmed. You got sold.
Hey, Jet.
Nestle crunch time.
Second one is no good. O'Neal rebounds with 4. They must hurry with 2. Ollie got it to Reggie. Here's a 3. Yes! 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 He hit it from 40 feet as time expired. Boom, baby! Boom, boom, boom!
You know what's interesting about that play?
Crunch time.
If you look at the replay, if you get a chance to rewind that back, get a picture.
Keith Van Horn?
Van Horn.
Keith Van Horn.
That's a great picture. Guys, if you can cue that up back in the back, it is hilarious. He runs out there with his hands up, and when that ball goes in, you got to see the. Just look, isolate Keith Van Horn on the
by
bench.
the New Jersey bench.
You know what? I think that's Aaron Williams. That is hilarious. He runs out there.
Yeah, but there was Keith Van Horn was in the warm-up on the side, and he too is. Like that. At any rate, if you thought that shot was exciting, wait until you get a load of the Nito stat of the night when we come back on Inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai.
We might have the photo gallery.
Oh, I wonder if we have the photo gallery.
Yeah.
Who's gone fishing next? We better by now.
We got a couple going fishing.
The rules have changed. Now there is no up or down. Introducing Mach 3 Turbo. Total comfort whether you shave down or up. A new anti-friction coating on all 3 blades. Plus a new strip releases even more lubrication. So even against the grain, you get less irritation and the closest shave. It's turning the shaving world upside down. The revolutionary new Mach 3 Turbo. From Gillette, the best a man can get.
You're about to be treated like no man before. New Gillette Series Shave Gel with ingredients like tea tree oil to invigorate. You get a close shave and healthy-looking skin. Gillette, the best a man can get.
My whole family's on America Online. I write my mom a lot. She has AOL.
I get to share pictures with my sisters.
My brothers are on my buddy list. It's like a community.
I keep in touch with my grandparents.
Keeps us connected. It's the best thing we ever did.
America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1.
Excuse me. Where'd you get the blimp?
Oh, I bought a set of Goodyear tires.
I want some Goodyear tires.
Okay, honey.
Did you just move the blimp?
No.
At Sears Auto Center, all Goodyear tires are 10 to 30% off, so you can get exactly what you want at the lowest prices of the season. Sears, where else?
Hey, you want to see how powerful Sunkist really is? Watch this. Oh, girls. This might take a while. Sunkist, experience the charge.
Inside the NBA on TBS is brought to you by new Gillette Mach 3 Turbo for the closest shave with less irritation, even against the grain.
You're talking about what, Charles?
Good-looking ball-head men.
I don't think I want to hear about
Yul
that.
Brynner, Tennis Savalas.
Look at this.
The Pacers.
Little gone fishing.
Hey, I tell you, man, the photo gallery, man, I tell you, we went out. We had a great time. Myself, Isaiah, Reggie. Hey, Coach Wilkinson. Half man, half injury right now. He's out there, boy. We just went, hey, the photo gallery.
At least the fish were biting.
I like that.
We got a couple gone fishing. Then we're going to finish the collage.
No question.
Collage means a lot of them.
Reel that one in there,
Reel it back in here.
Yeah, you know, we should go fish tomorrow, too, because it'll be raining in this area.
Meantime, it's one of your favorite times of the night.
The Nito?
The Nito stat of
it's
the night.
EJ's Nito stat of the night. And for this, we're going to take you back to that Madison Square Garden Network feed, which indicated to the viewers there that Reggie Miller's shot at the end of the game was actually good because they said, look, 1/10 and the ball's out of his hands. But actually, they shoot, once again, the clock, and they run it through the DVE, the digital video effects machine, which delays it by 1 frame, and then it runs through the frame synchronizer, which delays it another frame, all adding up to 1/15 of a second. So actually, that shot didn't count.
We saw that.
What the hell did you just say?
If I were asked to repeat that, you work for MSG, you know all about that, right, Clyde?
Yeah,
so you're right,
Ernie.
Ernie.
Always use that one-shot angle.
See, what he knows about overpaid stuff, like the Knicks overpaid and underplay, and all that machinery is unnecessary.
Oh, not
especially
really,
when it don't work and it's a 1/10 off.
Charles, the Knicks,
1/15
we're going
off.
to rise again, though, man.
Okay.
The Knicks are going to be back.
How many years do you think this is going to take?
A couple of years.
Okay, I agree with you.
Walt Frazier, it's been a pleasure to have you in here tonight. Thank you so much for hanging with us.
The epitome of cool.
He certainly is.
I had every poster, Walt Frazier. Everybody had some Pumas. Everybody had the Clyde Pumas. You know you had those Clyde.
I thought you looked like that kid outside the garden. You
That
say,
was
hey,
me.
Clyde, you washed up.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Two more teams are going fishing tomorrow night, folks. We'll see you.
I had the Pumas, baby, with the fat laces.
Hey, the Pumas, they were, in the day.